Alrighty.
Hey, Leslie, what's going on? How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I appreciate it. I know it's been difficult with everything going on. But so thank you for giving me the time to talk to you today. So basically, I'm here for two reasons. My name is David Jonas. I'm from AIL, as you know, American Income Life Insurance Company. And I'm here for two reasons. First is to review the benefits that are provided to you from your union. At no cost. And then secondly, to see if you qualify for individualized benefits for yourself. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay, great. How long actually have you been with the union?
Just a little under a year.
Oh, okay, great. So you're relatively new. Well, in that case, I'm just going to give you a quick little breakdown about AIL just so you're familiar with what we do. Give me one moment. I'm going to share my screen with you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Give me 1 second here. Are you able to see what I'm looking at here?
Yes.
Perfect. So just to give you a quick breakdown, AIL, we were founded in 1951. So this year we're actually celebrating 70 years in business, which is exciting for us. We're a 100% union labeled company. So we work primarily and actually predominantly with unions. We have programs such as our Make Tomorrow Better program. Philanthropy and charity is a big part of the business. So we pride ourselves on giving back to the community and whatnot. So I'm sure that's something that you can appreciate. We are an international company with more than 7,500 representatives. I'm not sure if you're familiar with AM Best, but it's one of the country's oldest and most respected insurance ratings companies. And they've actually given us an A+ superior for financial strength. So that's something we do also like to boast about as well.
Okay.
And then lastly, if we were in person, then I would actually have my agent photo right here and my license with my associated license number down here accessible to you. Okay, everything sound good so far? Great. So what I'm going to review with you first is, and I'm not sure if you recall this specific letter being sent out by your union locally, 123 ABC being sent out to you. Do you recall seeing this one in the mail?
I do. I don't really remember what it said, but.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Actually, it's just sort of reviewing the $2,500 accidental death and dismemberment benefit, which is, again, provided to you at no cost by your union, simply by paying your union dues and being in good standing. This is what's provided to you. So I'll go over, actually, in addition to this, what also you have available to you. So then this is actually what you mailed back out to us with your designated beneficiary. Do you recall filling this out? Are you seeing this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So just to give you a quick breakdown of this document, AIL here at the top, that's us. Who is covered? Of course, all active members and retirees. The ID number. So actually, if God forbid something happened to you and someone were to file a claim, they would use this specific ID number.
Okay.
In addition, we have our benefits for accidental loss of the following: life, both hands, both feet, in case of an accident, sight of both eyes, combination of the two, $3,000 payout. And then if it were to be one hand, one foot, or sight of one eye, then it's half that amount, so $1,500. In addition, just to review, the plan is non-contributory and non-participating, which actually means, like I said before, that your union provides this to you at no cost. Just for providing them with your union dues, this is what is reciprocally distributed to you. And then, of course, your designated beneficiary, and I would assume you'd like to keep what you had initially listed as your parents, James and Jane.
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Perfect. So give me just one moment, because I'm actually going to put their names on as your primary beneficiary. Here at AIL, we do highly recommend that you add an additional 2 contingent beneficiaries, adult contingent beneficiaries. So give me just one moment. I'm going to unshare and then share with you again so we can get their information listed. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay, give me just one moment here. Okay. Are you able to see this with me?
Yes.
So the designated beneficiaries were your parents, so we're going to get their names in. It was James and Jane, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Same last name?
Yes.
Okay, so Zumbo, James and Jane, parents, and we'll get the rest of this information in just a moment here, but I'm going to put primary beneficiaries. And like I said, because we want 2 more adult contingent beneficiaries, Who would that be?
Mm,
Got
probably
any
my-
siblings in the area? Any other immediate family members?
yeah. It could be my brother and my sister.
Okay, great. So we'll get their information down. And then, of course, besides them being your beneficiaries, they're also going to receive this accidental death and dismemberment benefit at no cost to them. So the great thing, and I'll actually discuss with this with you in a second, is you're able to sponsor up to 10 people to receive this benefit at no cost. So we're going to get that moving for you, and I'm sure everyone's going to appreciate your foresight for getting that in for them. So your brother's name?
Okay. My brother's Anthony.
Anthony?
Mhm.
Same last name?
Yes.
Okay. And is Anthony married?
No.
Okay. And this is your brother. And we'll put contingent, which is just secondary. And then your sister's name?
Cynthia.
Cynthia. And same last name again?
Yes.
Perfect. And is Cynthia married?
Yes. She's married to Joe.
To Joe. Okay. And this is sister. Put
Mhm.
another contingent. So you actually, so this is where the part I was going to tell you about, you're able to sponsor up to 10 people. So here at AIL, we want to make sure that not only the union members themselves are covered, but also family members, dependents, and other, extended family members, or even coworkers, colleagues, neighbors, friends. So since you have actually 7 more people you can list here, who else are we getting this accidental death and dismemberment benefit to?
It would, and you said it would be free, right? It wouldn't cost them
It would be
anything.
completely free at absolutely no cost to either you or them, which is great.
Mm,
If you
maybe
want to go ahead and list did you have any aunts and uncles in the area? You said you had some immediate family.
yeah, maybe we
cousins?
should start with the older people.
Sure, yeah, I completely understand.
My uncle Robert.
Okay, great. Let's get Robert's information in here. Does he have the same last name?
Yes.
Okay, so Zumbo. And is Uncle Robert married?
Yes, he's married to Mary.
Mary. Fantastic. Okay. And who's next?
My aunt Maria.
Maria. Okay. Maria's going to be happy about this. Maria's last name?
Garcia.
Garcia. And is she married as well?
She's married to Jose.
Okay. And this you said was your aunt, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, perfect. And then, so we have 5 more. Who else are we getting in here? Cousins, best friends even. I'm sure they would appreciate it.
I'm sure we could put my friend Crystal.
Okay, great. Crystal, and what's Crystal's last name?
It's Diaz.
And is Crystal married?
No.
Okay. So we'll put friend. And you've got 4 more. Who's next? Other friends in the area? Other family, maybe cousins, other uncles and aunts?
Sure. I'll just put my other friend. Her name is Erica.
Okay, Erica. Fantastic. And Erica's last name?
Hernandez.
And is Erica married currently?
Yes, to Sal.
Sal. And you said this was your other friend, correct?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, so best friend 2, but we won't tell her that. And you have 3 more. Who else are we getting this out to?
I guess I can put like the rest of my cousins.
Sure, yeah.
Sisters, Jessica.
Jessica.
Mhm.
And Jessica's last name?
Lopez.
Lopez. And is Jessica married?
No.
Okay. And you said your cousin, correct? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, great. And 2 more.
Cindy
All right,
Lopez.
Lopez. And
No.
is Cindy married?
No.
No, okay. And lastly,
Nancy.
Nancy. Good old Nancy. And her last name?
Lopez as well.
Okay, great. And is Nancy married?
Yes, to Mario.
Mario. No relation to the famous one, I'm assuming.
No.
Okay. Okay, great. So the great thing is that these 10 people, in addition to your beneficiaries, will all receive this no cost benefit of the group accidental death and dismemberment. Okay.
Okay.
So give me just one moment here. I'm going to unshare my screen, and this next part of the presentation I'm going to talk to you about is actually regarding our children. And I know you had mentioned before you have one child. Is that correct?
Yes, I just have one child.
Okay, great. What was their name again?
It's Ian.
Ian, that's right. Okay, Ian. So this next part is regarding our child safe kit. I don't know if you're aware, but in the United States, 93% of all children that go missing in the first 24 hours, unfortunately, either stay missing or something unfortunate occurs within the family. So this part of our presentation, we want to get this kit out to as many parents and grandparents in the community to be able to have certain identifiable characteristics, name, and any information that we can utilize alongside the police department to make sure that we get our kids home safe. So I'm going to share my screen with you once more and just give you a quick breakdown of this. Let me know if I'm going too fast, please, at any point. If you have any questions whatsoever, you want to make any comments, then please feel free to stop me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is basically the child safe kit that I was talking to you about. It's to get the information and collected data that's necessary. Child's name, the day that you completed, the age in the photo associated, the date the photo was taken, and then of course all of that personal information that I was talking to you about: the birthday, height, weight, eye color, hair color, any other identifiable marks or scars, glasses, braces, and of course, in addition, to be as detailed as possible, fingerprint information and DNA sample, such as a strand of hair. I know that sounds a little absurd, but you can't take enough precautions in this sort of scenario. So everything makes sense so far in terms of the child safe kit?
Yes, so you're gonna send me that?
Yeah, so I'll actually send this over to you, as well as the people that you had given to me that you're going to be personally sponsoring. They're going to receive not only the AD&D that we discussed, but also the child safe kit. But before I move on, who with children do you know that can immediately take advantage of this? Because like I said before, we really want to get this out to as many people as possible.
Well, I already gave you some of my cousins that have kids.
Okay. Any neighbors, colleagues, coworkers that you will be able to take advantage of this, that have children, several children, even one?
I do have a neighbor. She has 6 kids.
Okay, yeah, let's definitely get her covered. And before I add her information in, just before we continue, let me go ahead and get the phone numbers for the people that you had provided to me. So just give me 1 quick second and I'll get that moving for you so we can add your neighbor in with the 6 kids. I'm sure she'll be really appreciative. And I'm going to unshare, and then we'll just blow through this really quickly. What is your parents' address?
It's 123 East Palm. It's the same as mine. We live together.
Oh, okay, great. Got you. And what is the best number to reach them at?
805-312-4499.
Okay, great. Los Angeles. And then your brother's best phone number that I can reach him at?
It's 805-312-5566.
Great. And he's in LA as well, correct, presumably?
Yes.
All right. And then Cynthia, her phone number?
She's 805-249-1100.
LA based as well?
Yes.
Okay. And your Uncle Robert's best phone number that I can contact him at?
805-213-6262.
In LA as well?
Yes.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and assume everyone is in LA, and then otherwise just let me know. Is that okay?
Yeah, everyone is in LA.
Okay, great. Perfect. Give me just 1 second. And then for your Aunt Maria?
It's 805 213 5589.
Okay, and for Crystal, best phone number?
It's 849 235 1562.
And for Erica?
It's 805 215 8692.
8692. Okay, great. We're almost done here. 3 more. And then we can move on and get your neighbor added in. Best phone number for Jessica?
It's 805 429 8612.
Okay. And thanks again for your patience. Almost done here. And Cindy's best contact number?
It's 805 341 1100.
Okay. And then lastly for Nancy and Mario.
It's 825 113346.
Okay, great. So we got that mundane part out of the way. Sorry about that. Thanks for your patience again.
That's okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add your neighbor for the child safe that I know that she can take full advantage of this. So, and what is your neighbor's name?
Her name is Sarah.
Sarah. Okay. And do you have any idea what her last name is?
Smith.
Smith. And is Sarah currently married?
She's not. She's
Okay.
also a boyfriend.
Got it, no problem. Okay, so neighbor and with the 6 children.
Yeah, I think they all have different dads.
Oh, I see. I understand. Hey, listen, sometimes that's the situation. More power to her. Okay. So, and then do you happen to have her phone number as a matter of fact?
Yes. It's 805 241 6982.
6982. Great. Okay, just bear with me for one moment. Let me just make sure everything is processed properly here, and then we can move right along. How's your day been so far? Is it okay? Everything going good? You working?
Yeah, I'm basically taking an hour break.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm sorry that I'm taking up your break time.
That's okay.
That's okay. Okay, good. Good. Okay, give me just 1 second, and then I'm going to review the rest of what I have for you in terms of no cost benefits. So give me just one moment here. Can I confirm the email address that you're using?
Yeah, it's my last name's Zumbo at yahoo.com.
Yahoo. And presumably in terms of your contact information, the phone number that you previously provided was the right one, still concurrent, correct?
Same one.
Okay. And 123 East Palm, right? Am I right? Okay, wonderful. Perfect. So the last no cost benefit that I want to discuss with you is my personal favorite one, and actually seems to be most of here at the company's favorite one. So it's actually our AIL discount card. So I'm going to share my screen with you momentarily yet again. Sorry for all the shares and unshares.
Good.
Oh, wrong screen. Almost there. There we go. Can you see what I'm looking at? The AIL Plus discount card?
Yes, I do see that.
Okay, so this, again, one of my favorites, it's 10% to 85% off several different, what seems to be a lot of the out-of-pocket expenses that we incur that our health coverages don't generally cover. The good thing about the discount card is that it coexists sort of harmoniously with your existing group health coverage. So whatever is unaccounted for by your health coverage is then discounted by this card. Personally, I don't know about you, but I love saving any amount of money on what I can't seem to cover with my current coverage. So things such as prescription glasses, chiropractic consultations, dental, hearing aids, MRI and CTs, medical, and even we go as far as like pharmacy items. So everything sounding good so far?
Yeah, that sounds.
I'm sure you, like me, is a fan of free money. So we would actually get this specific card out to you. We can also, not only do we have the physical card, but there's also an associated app where you can utilize it digitally, which is great. So the sponsor, the people that you have sponsored will, in addition to the previous no cost benefits, also receive the discount card in the mail. But who do you know can take immediate advantage of this specific discount card? Who has the high health coverage expenses? Who has to pay a lot of out of pocket? Who is, you know, renewing their glass frames often, that you know that can definitely take advantage of this, so we can get them this discount card?
I think I pretty much gave you everybody I know already.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I was just gonna lastly mention any even coworkers, colleagues, other neighbors you might have, you know, anyone else in the community that you know that that will be immediately this would be of use immediately to them.
Maybe my coworker Blanca.
Okay, great. So give me just 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm going to add her in here so that she can get this card.
Okay.
And then I'm going to unshare momentarily. Let me get Blanca's information in here real quick. Blanca, and what is Blanca's last name?
Reyes.
Reyes. R-E-Y-E-S, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And is Blanca married currently?
She is. She's married to Juan.
Juan. Okay, and what's the best number to reach for Blanca and Juan?
It's 805-312-4596.
596. Great. And this you said was a coworker of yours?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And she's also Los Angeles based.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Anyone else? Who else do you know that can take advantage of this discount card?
I think that's it.
Okay, great. So let me just close this off for you. I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay.
Everything making sense so far in terms of the no cost benefits that we're providing to you?
Yeah, everything sounds.
All right, fantastic. So I'm going to move on to the next portion of the presentation. Just bear with me for one moment and we'll get things moving once again. Getting the discount card out to Blanca. Okay, so before we move on, you have my promise that all of these people that you had listed will be receiving these no cost benefits, but I will actually let you know, our company cannot actually directly contact any of these sponsors without you actually giving them a heads up first. So would you actually do me the favor of letting them know in advance that someone is going to be reaching out to them?
Sure. Would that be you?
It will actually be me. I have a text set aside that I can send over to you right now if you're available, if that's okay with you, and then you can actually go ahead and send that text out to them as well. Does that sound good?
Sure, that would probably make things easier.
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to send that out to you right now. Actually just sent it. I don't know if, let me know if you receive it.
Yes, I got it. Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, you know what, actually something just came up. I was going to mention to you that at 4 o'clock, I do have an opening just in case you want to go ahead and get one of them, or maybe even your parents or your brother and sister, to slide in for a quick meeting so I can review with them their possible benefits.
Sure,
you want to go?
My parents.
Yeah, great. Are they there right now, or do you want me to give them a call, or you want to give them a call and I can hang on the screen?
You don't have to. They'll be here at 4. They don't go anywhere, and they live with me, so I'll
Okay,
just.
great. So can we go ahead and confirm your parents for a 4 o'clock meeting then?
Okay, sure. Let me call them. They're probably upstairs.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'll be right here.
Hello? Hi, Mom. Do you and Dad have some time to meet with my representative, like from my union? He's gonna go over some free benefits for you guys today at 4. Okay, perfect. I'll let him know. Okay, bye-bye. Yep, they said they'll be here.
Beautiful. Sounds good. Thanks for doing that. I'm just writing their names down right now. James and Jane, the Zumbos. We love to see it. Okay. And you can rest assured I'll be taking good care of them. So
Yeah.
this next portion of the presentation is what's referred to as our needs analysis survey. We already went over the no cost benefits that are being provided to you by the union. This next portion, we're going to have to collect a little bit of data from you and information so that we can actually see if you qualify for these individualized benefits, because these do require qualification. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm going to share my screen with you momentarily. Give me 1 second here. Are you seeing what I'm looking at here? Got all of your information correct? Just let me know if anything needs to be changed.
No, everything looks good.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll move on to this aspect of the survey, which is just your primary insured, which is you. You said you didn't currently have a spouse, correct?
That's right.
And Ian, we're going to get in, and he's your only dependent currently, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. And presumably male. He's male, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and what is his date of birth?
It's February 23, 2009.
Okay. So he just turned 12, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's a little bit of a handful for mom then.
It is.
Preteens. Yeah, we love that age, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, and then this next part is just about family member medical conditions. Just stop me where you would like, but I'll go through these quickly with you. Anyone have internal cancer in the past 2 years?
No.
Anyone diabetic, insulin dependent?
No.
Cardiovascular disease?
Nope.
Currently using oxygen, terminal illness?
No.
Any Alzheimer's disease?
No.
Has anyone used any form of tobacco in the last 12 months?
No.
Okay, fantastic. And are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
Have you been arrested or convicted of DUI?
No.
Thankfully not. Good. Household information, we're just going to collect from you your after taxes monthly income.
Okay. It's usually about 4,000.
4,000. Okay, great. In there. And do you currently have any life insurance through work? And if so, would you mind telling me how much?
I don't think I have anything to work now.
Okay, great. Put that in there. And do you have any life insurance outside of your employer?
No.
Okay. Do you currently rent or own?
I rent.
Okay. And have you set any money aside for Ian's college education?
No, unfortunately not.
I hear you. Trust me, you're not the only one. It is fairly uncommon, unfortunately. I hear you. Do you use primarily a checkings or savings?
Checking.
Okay. Give me just a moment here. I'm going to unshare because there's just this processing in a couple of videos that I'm sure I don't want to bore you with. Give me just one moment. Okay, so this next part, just before everything is processed, we have a mandatory read-off letter. So I'll just tell you really quickly what that covers. Do you remember, basically, we're just letting you know that the benefits provided to you today are made available on a voluntary basis through the cooperation of local ABC 123, your union, and AIL. We are a 100% union label company, like I mentioned earlier, which just means we actually only work with unions, and we ourselves are the only life insurance company in a union as well. So it's definitely a mutually beneficial relationship. We are providing those supplemental benefits to you, like I said before, that are not in competition with any of the group benefits that you currently have through your workplace or your employer, and actually will complement those insurance policies if you may already have them. Just lastly, there are several benefits available. And whatever I can do to help you in your specific needs in this area, we ask that you, of course, take advantage today, just in fairness to the people that are going to be waiting in your service period, which is today. So if you are going through the benefits and you're thinking, this is pretty good, I think I can fully utilize this, then we absolutely do ask that you sign up today. But at the same time, if you're going through them and you're thinking, they're pretty good, but I'm not sure I really need them, my family needs them right now, then I would actually ask you not to apply today. Like I said, just in fairness to the other members that are waiting to be seen. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, great. So we're going to continue to this last portion, and I'll share my screen with you in just a moment. Give me 1 second here. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And are you seeing what I'm looking at here?
Yes.
Okay. So actually, this is the preliminary. I'm sorry, I'm going to unshare one more time. I got to get through this so you don't have to worry about it. There's quite a few screens to deal with, so bear with me.
It's a lot of technology.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because it's supposed to be make things more convenient, yet it just complicates things.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you know how it is. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this is what we have here for you. We have two options. Our final expense policy is essentially covering what we're assuming to be funeral expenses and the things that might arise after you pass away. So essentially, because funeral expenses can be super expensive right about now, actually we're averaging right now in America $15,000 for funeral expenses. And with adjusted inflation, we're predicting, according to bureaus, that it'll actually be upwards of 30,000 in about 20 years. So we're attaching this final expense policy. And you have one of two options. The recommended, and since you don't actually currently have any in place, will be 30,000. That is your need, and that's what's been provided here. We also have the $20,000 option.
Okay.
Our next benefit is the recommended term life insurance for you. It's essentially income protection. Basically, what that means is your income, God forbid, if you die due to an accident. You know, it's unfortunate your parents and Ian will have to be picking up the pieces at that point. So we're recommending 5 years of income protection, which will be provided either in a lump sum or over the course of 5 years at $240,000 recommended, which is 10-year term, renewable and convertible, which just means at the end of the term, you can either renew the 10 years or you can convert it to a permanent life insurance. Everything making sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay, great. The next benefit is for Ian's college education. And I know that you had mentioned that you didn't currently have anything in place. So what we're recommending at AIL is actually $100,000 in the accidental death benefit. So upon your death due to an accident, Ian would be receiving the $100,000 benefit that we discussed. And because, you know, like I said again, existing coverage is zero, your need is $100,000. So we're recommending $100,000.
Okay.
Next, we have a few different things that I'll go over with you really quickly. Our children's rider is actually an automatic $10,000 policy that Ian will receive. Then we have our terminal illness rider, which just basically means if God forbid you were diagnosed with some sort of terminal illness or disease and the doctor had mentioned that you had less than 12 months to live, then we have what's called an accelerated death benefit, which is where half of the face amount and or your death benefit, which would be 30,000 or 20,000. So that half of that amount would be accelerated to cover out-of-pocket expenses, medical bills, and other things that might arise as a result of you being unable to work because of the terminal illness, which would be 15,000 and or 10,000. Then we have the layoff waiver and the strike waiver. Basically, here at AIL, we want to make sure that the union members are truly, truly covered, even in times of need. So if God forbid, you know, you're laid off, we actually waive your premiums for 3 months so that you have time to get back on your feet. And those premiums are never expected to be paid back to us. And similarly, with the strike waiver, if your union goes on strike for whatever reason, during the course of the strike, again, your premiums will be waived for the duration of the strike, not expected to be paid back at a later date. Okay, everything making sense so far?
Wow. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's pretty nice. You know, you got to take full advantage here. We also have what's referred to as a waiver of premium benefits due to total disability, but we'll revisit that in just a moment here. Lastly, our policy that we want to go over is what's referred to as an A71, which has a couple of specifications that I'd like to review with you really quickly, and then we can be done with the meticulousness of this portion of the presentation. Just give me 1 second here. So if we add in the A71, that's going to cover things specifically such as hospital confinement policies, which basically means if you, God forbid, end up in the hospital overnight, we provide $500 a day for 365 days per accident. If you were on top of that, unfortunately, for whatever reason in the ICU, that would be another $500 on top of the initial $500 per day for 2 weeks per accident. You have up to $250 for the emergency room per accident. And then of course, the accidental death or loss of both feet, both hands, loss of one hand and one foot combination respectively is $50,000 for the principal sum, $100,000 if you were injured due to being a driver or passenger in an automobile accident, $150,000 for a common carrier passenger, which just means fare paying train, bus, plane, Uber, taxi, of those sort. And then if it's partial, then it's just half of those respective amounts, excuse me.
Mhm.
Everything making sense?
Yeah, so I already have medical insurance though.
Okay, well, actually, the good thing is that it would coexist with your health insurance, and it, nothing overlaps. So actually, whatever your health coverage is not picking up, your, your benefits on the other side will pick up, such as the AIL discount and whatnot. Now, in terms of you having health coverage, what do you believe is the least important here? And we can certainly make some adjustments if you feel like you don't believe that some of the benefits are necessary at this time.
No, I think they all sound pretty good, like the income protection and well, how much is all of this? How does this work?
So as a matter of fact, again, you do have two options. So what's currently in place, the premium that we have selected here with adjusted inflation is a total of $180.94 per month for the benefits that we have discussed. So the things including the whole life insurance, the final expense policy for $30,000, the recommended income protection, which is 5 years or $240,000, and that can again be either lump sum or over the course of 5 years, $240,000. You have the college education for Ian, which I'm sure you think is imperative. So that's the $100,000 that we're recommending. And then lastly, discussed our A71 policy with those specifications.
Okay.
And so is this premium sounding okay for you in terms of being able to, in terms of affordability on a monthly basis?
It's a bit high.
Okay. No, I totally understand. So we can absolutely make a few adjustments here, and we can definitely get this premium lower for you to the point where you feel like it's affordable and you're still getting the benefits that we're offering to you here. So what we can do, and I know that you're a big fan, of course, primarily and most importantly, the final expense, the income protection and college education. Am I right? Those are the things we definitely want to keep in place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so do you think that you're going to want this A71 policy? We can certainly make an adjustment to that if you feel like it's not as necessary as the other benefits.
Yeah, what kind of adjustments can you make?
So essentially what we can do is, instead of that $500 daily benefit that we had previously discussed, we can go ahead and reduce that to $300 if you believe that the $500 is not completely necessary. And so when we recalculate, it goes down not entirely too much, but it does take almost $5 off. Do you want to continue to work this premium down? I would imagine just a little bit.
Yeah, that doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't make too much of a difference. So what we can do is we can actually adjust the income protection for, instead of 5 years, we can do it over the course of 3. And I think that would probably make a drastic difference in your premium. So let's recalculate here. Yeah, and so you would actually drop just about almost $40 off your premium if you decide to go with the 3 years of recommended coverage. Now that does drop the amount, of course, because it's now 5 years, it's now 3 of your income. It's going to be $144,000 instead of the recommended $240 that we initially discussed. Is this something more, able for you guys, your family? Think that's a little bit more affordable in terms of premium?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's better. I do like all of the benefits on here. So
Sure.
And 3 years worth my income would still help out my family a lot. So
Yeah, absolutely. And we agree. And I'm just glad we're able to make the adjustments necessary so we don't actually remove anything from the policy, but we can sort of make those minute adjustments in certain places so that we can still provide everything that we had discussed to you at a more affordable price. So, everything that we discussed here is pretty straightforward. Do you have any other questions for me in terms of the policy layout?
No, I think that works. I think I can go with this coverage.
Okay, fantastic. So then what I'm going to do at this point, and thank you again for being patient with me, and so I can get this all this information across to you. We're going to go ahead and collect some information for you, contact information, and then we'll just get the process moving so we can really expedite the process and we can get your benefits to you. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, great. Thank you.
All right, Leslie, thank you again so much for your time, and we'll get